I feel like anytime you get really drunk, the next day is the apology tour. Like you're like calling everybody, hey girl, sorry. It always starts with like, sorry if I was a little this or that.
Oh,
like,
I did that with the cubby. I was like, I am so sorry I cougared out on you. And he was like, you have nothing to be sorry for, winky face. And I was like,
1, 2, 3.
Stand up, girl.
Not break the microphone.
Hey, what's up? I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
And we're just a couple of Vegas girls.
Living the not so Vegas life.
Yeah, but we're not regular Vegas girls.
We're cool Vegas girls. Kinda.
And this is the Keeping It Casual podcast,
where we talk about everything and nothing all at once. Let's do it.
I like when you sang it out.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I love that stupid movie.
hello, good evening.
Hello, we are poolside, but we decided fire pit may be a little much for this Vegas night.
Yes, it's actually a gorgeous night out. It's about to get super fucking hot.
I know. I feel like our toes are going to be in the pool on the next show.
I know. Oh God. Oh God. I'm gonna be bringing my bathing suit over, and we're gonna be swimming and doing in the episode.
You're gonna have your own bathing suit here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna happen.
It's about to be hot. It's already sold out. You guys, by the way, I just want to say we sold out the live show. We'll get into that in a little bit, but we fucking sold it out. I called
it. We manifested that shit, okay? And let me see. I'm going to share a little quote that I love, and it just goes perfect with us saying we're going to do a live show. We didn't really know what we were going to do or how it was going to happen, but we knew we were going to do it. But I've been listening to that book. It's You're a Badass by Jen Sincero.
Yes.
You hear I'm listening to a book.
I like audiobooks. That's how I listen
to the way I do a book.
Well, that's how I did the diet fix, was by listening to that, because reading self-help books gets boring to me.
Dude, reading any book, I just have to read.
I love to read.
I start to read over and over and over the same page, and I'm like, I give up.
I'm reading actually a really good book right now. You know Sid and Nancy?
Oh.
Nancy's mom wrote a book after she was
killed,
murdered.
Killed him. They
say
she killed him with a hot dose of heroin.
No, that was his mom.
Oh, whose mom wrote it?
Nancy's mom. Nancy's mom.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yes.
Disgraceland podcast. It's where I get all my rock and roll true crime.
Anyway, so Nancy's mom wrote a book called I Don't Want to Live This Life, and I've been reading it. It's so sad. Nancy was so fucked up. Like she was diagnosed schizophrenic.
And they made it to the top somehow, both of them. They're like, people were talking about.
I honestly think, the Sex Pistols had their heyday, but I honestly think Sid and Nancy are just one of those infamous couples. Like, I have a Sid and Nancy poster hanging up in my room.
Yeah, I know you do. I bet you would. Yes. I don't know. I haven't been there. You won't let me in. She told me I'll start cleaning.
That was one time. One time.
Now I'm just like, I'm going to show up like Monica in that episode, like, of Friends, where she'd heard about, like, someone's girlfriend was, like, really messy.
Damn, and I was just about to invite you over for our Cinco de Mayo barbecue.
Well, they, like, broke up, and Monica, like, knocked on the door. She's like, I'm sorry, can I come in and clean your house?
That's going to be you. No, my house is generally clean. It was just that one time you were like, I gotta pee, and I was like, no, you're not coming into me right now. It's not happening.
No, I hear you. No, but as for us manifesting a sold out live podcast successfully, we will tell you about the lessons we learned later. But here is one of the greatest quotes I heard from that book. She said, have the audacity to believe in the not yet seen. Change thinking, then evidence will appear.
Ooh.
Yeah. You pop that idea and be like, yeah, it's going to fucking happen. And somehow it will come together.
Yes.
It did.
Isn't that what The Secret is, too? Like, what you
Well, this was You Are a Badass.
Yeah, but, like, the book The Secret, wasn't that, like, a big self-help book in the early 2000s?
Well, it's all about just kind of, like, you just have to believe in yourself.
And if you manifest, like, what you manifest, what you put out into the universe is going to happen. I truly believe that. That's why when people start, like, manifesting, like, very negative shit, and they're like, this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen, I'm like, stop fucking manifesting that. And of course me, I have severe anxiety, and I manifest the dumbest shit in the world.
It happens, and it's just it'll take you to very dark places.
And it takes me to very dark places. Then I have to, like, I do not practice what I preach.
Well, it's I mean, I think we're all striving that, and if you don't practice any kind of, like, personal growth or anything, and you're struggling, I mean, try a book, try something,
try a yoga
for
class.
Everybody. Yeah, I might even delve into meditation. It just seems boring, but I'm like, okay, I can get with a little bit of it.
I have a meditation app on my phone, and it helps me to sleep at night, because I think you and I are both really bad at trying to sleep at night.
Totally. I am total insomniac. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I'm like, no, I got stuff to do. I want to have fun. Always.
Exactly. That's why we were out till 7 a.m.
Oh my God. I can't, I've had 2 children, but I can't drink enough.
You can still party.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And
yeah, you did.
But
so did your husband, kind of.
It fucking took me down. Well, we will talk about that. Oh my gosh. But cheers with our Michelob Ultras.
Cheers.
We had a stocked full open bar.
Yes.
And lots of extras too.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure.
So we didn't make any. Well, you know what's funny is Sarah, one of our listeners, she told me, she was like, I love listening to your guys' little alcohol, like your recipes of what MJ makes you guys for the week. And I'm like, well, this week we don't have a recipe for you.
But
so are we throwing out alcohol challenges to people now?
Oh, well,
no.
I don't know if we should do that. But it is what'd you say, 2.6?
2.6 carbs and 95 calories, guys.
It's a light beer. We have 2 of them ready to go.
And it tastes, it's superior light beer. It says so on the can.
But we were like, Bree was looking in my freezer and she's like, do we do tequila or Fireball? I was like, tequila makes me a different person. It makes me a different animal.
Tequila made me overtly sexual at our live show.
Always. I think I kicked it off by telling everybody me and Chris had a quickie.
That's okay.
But that's how I channeled my anxiety.
I kicked it off by saying I got ready for it like I was getting ready for a date I got laid on.
But I love that because I think a lot of people do that because it's just.
Well, you know how you get ready. Like you know that date where you're like, we're finally gonna fuck, and you're like, I got to prepare. You shave your legs.
Yeah. But how about those nights
you shave your pussy?
Okay, yeah. But how about the nights? Remember, you've been slutting it up too much, and you're like, I'm not gonna shave tonight, and then
you get laid, and you're like. Fuck.
Have you had those nights where you had an emergency, like, oh, we're doing this, and I didn't shave my legs?
See, that's one of those
Early
nights
20s.
that you need the friend that will bring you the razor to the club, to the bar. The emergency razor.
No, my problem was we'd always be out, and there's Vegas started popping up with every nightclub had poles, and I was like, here's what's happening. I'm not getting on the pole because I love the pole dance, and I had a bunch of tricks, and you can't help it.
You guys, our first live show was at a pole studio. Come on now.
I know. So
whatever.
There's poles everywhere, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go out tonight, and I'm going to wear a skirt because that's going to keep me off the pole. No, just
that
poking on undies everywhere.
That didn't even keep us off the pole the night of our live show.
No.
We were both in skirts.
I only did 2 twirls, so I'm very proud of myself. I did not do an upside down thing, and I can do it.
I know you can. You need to start teaching me these things.
I just might. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned. But
we're going to do a live show. We're going to copy Chris Kim where I'm hanging upside down from a pole. We're going to do a podcast.
How random is we had Faces and Aces, Chris Kim come from LA.
I love him.
We had Cassi from My Worst Date come. We partied till 7 a.m. too. Come from LA, and I was driving to the live show, and I got off at this random exit to go get gas. It wasn't even usually where I'd go, and all of a sudden I stop at the red light. My head's buried in my phone the whole time because I'm just like,
you were probably trying to get in touch with me and doing shit.
And then I look up at the stoplight and I look to the right, and fucking Chris Kim is walking out of a gas station. I'm like, my husband's never met him, so I just rolled down the window. I was like, Chris motherfucking Kim, and he's like, what's going? Who? He just drove in from LA. Like, how random! I love that moment.
I love him.
I have a very funny photo of him just like, hi.
I know you texted it to me.
I said, this is too random. And you were like, stop texting me and getting my makeup done.
He's amazing. He said, and everybody's like, even my cousins out in LA, they're like, are you guys doing another live show soon? I'm like, no, but we are doing a 1-year party.
Yes.
A karaoke party. I think we're going to do it at Dino's, but I might find a better karaoke bar. Because Dino's, Dino's is always packed. It's not that it's a bad karaoke bar.
Great.
It's great.
It's like
it's always packed.
You got to slip a 20 to the DJ to be up in 3 songs.
Yeah.
Well, there's Ellis Island, but that is always packed with all the old lounge performers. Like every single Elvis impersonator is there.
I'm gonna try and find us. I'm gonna start Googling good bars for karaoke on Saturday night, and I know Dino's is probably gonna be the only.
You guys DM us your favorite karaoke spots in Vegas because the 1 year is going down, and this isn't. It's not like a show or anything. It's just come hang with us.
Come hang with us. MJ and I might do some fight for your right to party together.
I got to do it. Well, when I do Beasties, I go I always Paul Revere's easy. Like I like to do.
But you got to do what I can do.
Sure shot.
We got to. I think we should get. I think we should work on a routine and do like girls or something.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay.
All I really
Well,
want
Bree
is
sings, so I'm out.
Well, Justine, Brittany, and I have talked about getting a Spice Girls routine together.
Oh my God.
And Scott, apparently he does Usher. And Justine told me about this, and I was like, I need to see this. It needs to happen now.
I definitely am there for that. So hopefully they'll be there. Thank you to It's About Damn Crime.
Oh my
because,
gosh, our podcast besties.
dude, our girls opened up the show for us, and it was that was fucking
They
cool.
were amazing.
They're dope. They just dropped their 100th episode.
I know. I was listening to it. I was so proud of them.
It was funny because Justine was saying, like, you know, it's crazy how we just had this weird idea one night while we were dancing drunk in my garage, and I said, hey, drunk conversations matter.
Those are the ones that like manifest some of the best ideas.
So if you are like having a drunk conversation and it's deep and things are getting real, take notes, okay? Get your note on your phone, like just take those notes and the next day make them happen.
Yeah, much better than like the drunk conversations where you're like, we're gonna go to Disneyland tomorrow.
We're best friends. Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to all the best friends I've made in like bathrooms at clubs. I hope they're thriving in life.
Okay.
Drunk girls in bathrooms at bars and clubs are the most supportive bitches you will ever meet.
I know on a regular day nobody's using my Mac Compact, but in the bathroom we can all sharing lipstick.
Well, because you see like the girl who's crying and throwing up in the toilet, and then you give her some gum and you clean her up and you put some makeup on her and you make sure she's okay, and you guys become best friends.
You do, and then you keep bumping each other because you're on that same like pee rhythm.
Yeah, and then you never see each other again once you've matured.
I think we did make some friends at Kaos because the after party was at Palms.
The Palms,
but
you went into Chaos. I didn't. I was trying to.
Oh my gosh!
I was doing other things. I was putting my Mac down.
Okay, all right. So let's get into some lessons learned from the live show, guys. So okay, we put on our first live event and things.
And you guys have listened to the episode by now. It was very fun.
But okay, Bree and I, we were like, we're not going to drink at the live show. This was our first talk. Okay, we're not going to drink. We're going to be professional. We're going to keep our heads together.
Nope.
Because we know how we get off the rails. So then we're like, one tequila shot.
But yeah, because I get nervous public speaking, and I was like, oh my God, there's so many people here. Like, I can't do this.
Yeah, one's fine, right? Then we're backstage and we're like, okay, on the way out,
we're gonna get another shot.
We'll get another shot. Just two. Two is fine.
Yeah,
right?
we were like, we're just gonna cheers with everybody.
Yeah. So two, and then shout out to Rock of Love Bus was in the house. Jamie Ross was our celebrity bartender.
She was our celebrity bartender, and shout her out because
she rolled up with like more tequila shots while we're on stage, and we're just like, yep, yes, it felt right. It felt right. I don't know. All of a sudden, we were like 4 shots of tequila deep at the live show.
Beer too.
And I look over at Bree. I'm like, "Yep, I know. You know when your homegirl's like getting it. You're like, yeah, we were. Thank God we had a plan.
We were on another level. I'm surprised I could still sit up on that fucking stool by the end of the night. And honestly, I was looking at the pictures of us that everybody took with us.
Yeah, we
looked great.
I know. We didn't look drunk. Maybe because we were sitting still the whole time. Once you got up, that's when the thing started like really taking hold. But so lesson learned number 1.
Always make sure you put new batteries in your equipment.
Well, I was going to say don't do so much tequila live on stage.
No, that's like the last lesson.
Well, there were people in the room that we had an open bar for everybody.
Yes.
We made sure there was plenty of alcohol and non-alcoholic stuff.
Yeah.
But for the people that weren't drinking, I just wonder if they saw this like slow unravel of crazy
I don't
drunk
think anybody
people.
wasn't drinking.
There was a few, but
any feedback I got, they were all like, it was so fun. It was so fun. I loved it.
My husband's like, you guys are getting drunk. I was like, shut up. He'll keep it real. But he was walking around with a bottle of Jack in his hand, so I don't know. Who's he to
this
judge?
Is coming from the man who my mom had to coerce out of a car.
We ended the night at like 7 a.m. and I was like, babe, we're going to get in the Lyft. And he's just like, take me to the car. And I took him to the car and he got in the passenger seat and reclined it and just fell asleep. And I was like, please, I just need to get a Lyft so we can get home. He's like,
this was like
no.
4 a.m.
He was like, I'm staying here. Oh, yeah. And I was
No,
like,
maybe 5.
yeah. And he's like, I'm not fucking moving. I was like, I can't even have like a Lyft come to the 3rd floor of the parking garage and pick us up. Yeah.
Well,
Chris got hammered.
and then what had happened was I was still kind of drunk, and I had left. We had separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to do things. I'll talk to you guys about that another time. You know, whatever. I was trying to hook up with a 27-year-old. It's not a big deal.
You're only 31, so that is absolutely, yeah.
And he's super fucking cute.
My man is like 3 years younger than me.
See? I think he'd be like, what, 4 or 5 years younger than me?
I'm all
Something
about
too.
it. No.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. He's cute. He's successful. He's got a career. I was trying to hook up with him, and he was
That's
being
hot.
he was being so respectful. He was like too respectful. He was like,
stop.
yeah, I know. I was like, stop that. Like,
Yeah.
stop being respectful of me. Just
He's like,
take
quit
it.
trying to unzip my pants. You're like, come on.
No, but there was one point in the car I reached over and like grabbed his thigh, and he was like, boundaries, woman.
You're like, okay.
Sorry.
Went there.
So I showed him a bunch of sexy pictures of me. I was like, okay, here, look at this.
Bree was pulling out all the stuff.
Well, and he just kept saying, like, you are way too drunk to make a decision right now.
Oh.
I am not taking advantage of you. You are way too drunk.
You're like, you too young to tell me what to do.
I could blow your mind right now.
Okay, we will get into a little more of the after party, but other lessons learned from our live show. Yes, put batteries in your little podcast recorder before you do it, because honestly, they last forever usually.
When it's just us.
Yeah, but when you're doing a live recording and then you're also feeding out live audio, it was like double ammo, and it fucking died on me halfway through the show, and I was like, no!
We were like, we have no sound. We have no sound. What is going on? We have no sound.
I looked so panicked. Thank God for my husband that was our engineer that night. He ran over and he knew exactly what to do.
He was like, I told you guys to put new batteries in, and we were like,
he told us something bad was gonna happen. I was like, don't you put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you. I was like, good. He said it and it's happened. And then there was another thing when we had one of our guests like just get up and yank the microphones out.
she got very excited about something.
Shout out, Jess. We love you.
We love you, Jay Rose.
I have some long mic cords and I have some short ones. And she was on the short and she's like, oh, people in the crowd want to talk. Hold up. It was like, boop. Okay, lost the sound again. So even though it was a mild shit show, it was so fucking
It was fun, and I have not heard one bad feedback from anybody. Everybody said they loved it.
Good.
I mean, give us your feedback on like what you think as a listener listening to it who wasn't there.
If you heard the live show episode and you're like, I would actually come to something like that, please let us know. Or if you have any ideas,
if you
or
were like, here's what you can do to change
maybe
it.
you were a little too drunk. It's true. I mean, keep it real. It's all we can take it.
Yeah.
You know, put it on our review on iTunes.
We're big girls. We can handle it.
But I'm So after party was at the
Shark Bar.
At the Shark Bar at the
It
Palms.
started at the Shark Bar. I don't know. I got there, and it took you and Chris a while to get there, but as soon as I got there, it was me and Natalie. Did Natalie drive over with me? Melissa drove us. It was
Okay.
Natalie, Melissa, and I, because Natalie and I were too drunk to drive, and we were just going to walk over there. And Melissa was like, I'm sober. Thank you, Melissa.
Melissa, we love you to death, girl. We got swag coming your way.
And she
Babe
had like
squad.
the most delicious drink at one point. It was like tequila and green tea matcha, and I don't know what it was.
What?
And had like a really nice ice cube in it. And I was like, what is that? I want that. She had me try it, and I was like, oh, this is delicious. And she told me the name like 5 times, but do you think it registered in my
Nope.
drunk ass brain?
Nope.
Nope.
So
So as soon as I got there, Chris Kim was like, what drink do you want? And I was like, I'm sticking with tequila. I'm going to be smart about this. I was like, margarita.
yeah, stick with tequila all night long.
Because that's when I started drinking. I didn't want to mix my liquor or mix my, you know what I mean? I didn't want to fuck myself up too much, but I fucked myself up a lot.
I got into my usual. I'm like vodka water.
And then you got there, and we took all the tip money from the tip jar and bought a round of shots
Yep.
for everybody.
Yeah, we just like threw everybody drinks and shots. And then Bree introduced me to a handsome young gentleman who later she tried to molest in the car.
And I looked at him, and I was like, as soon as he walked up, I was like, you're buying me a shot.
So
I didn't just molest him in the car. I just like, as soon as he walked up, I was like,
the
all night, you and I.
the best part was Bree sends me a picture the next day, and it was like her and this hot young guy, and then Natalie and this other hot young guy, and like us. She's like, the cougaring was real last night. I was like, yeah, it fucking was. The cougaring was so real. The one guy, okay, and then one of the girls is like, hey, I'm gonna get us into this new club at the Palms, Kaos, which honestly is.
Was it Janelle who said she was getting us into Kaos?
No, it was so our girl Chantel, she's like gets us into this amazing club. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie and say it was amazing. It's Kaos. It's the new club at the Palms, which is just Rain remodeled. You know what I mean? Slightly. Yes. And FYI, I haven't been to a club in a while, but they will search your bag like a fucking airport. Like an airport security gate. They took my Maro Badasco face spray, and I was like, "What do you mean I can't take this in?" He goes, "Nope, you can't take it in."
You should have called me. I would have held it for you.
I didn't even think of that. You were off with the. You were off.
I was cougering it up. I was off cougering.
I go, "What are you talking about?" And I picked it out and I started spritzing my face. And I looked at the guy behind me. I go, "Do you want to spritz?" And he goes, "Mm-hmm." It was some like cute gay guy behind me, and he took that spritz like a champ. And I go, "What am I going to do with this?" He goes, "Sorry, it's like airport security. Can't take it in." And I was like, "You motherfucker."
What do they think? You're gonna drink lavender water?
I don't know. I was very upset about that, and then I was over it. We were in the club, and then as soon as we got in the club, I and I went with Cassie for my worst date, Lashes by Janelle, and Lucinda and Chantel went in, and we were just like. We went straight to we were escorted straight to one of those tables with a ton of guys because that's how they do a group of girls.
A group of girls, yes. That's every time I've gone to a club. If I'm not escorted to a table, I'm like, oh, I don't look good tonight.
Well, here's the thing. I was laughing so hard because as soon as we got in, it was like bass drop, and I was like, I looked at one of the girls that was like, "Oh, if you're chicken head, make money."
You were like, "Oh, is this the early 2000s?" Still?
I go, they were playing this song the last time I left the club 10 years ago. Like, what is going on? Are they playing any new mixes in the clubs? So then, of course, I was like, well, now I got to get up on the little level.
Was
here.
there a pole?
And no, there wasn't. But I had to get up on the level, and I'm like dancing. I'm like, yeah, up where all the single girls dance, and I was like, this is not fair. This is not my place. I am not a single girl. Single girls should have this place. I should not be teasing all the men in here like that because I'm not available. I was like, I need to get down. So as soon as I get down, my girl Cassie from my worst date, she was twerking like a mother. She must have been taking twerk classes in LA because she was
I wish I would have seen that.
It, and I was like, damn, Cassie, get it.
I was trying so hard to get laid, and I didn't even get laid.
Well, I don't belong in the club, and honestly, the music hasn't changed, so I'm not going back. I don't want to go to the club anymore.
I just want to see Cassie twerk.
That was worth everything. We had so much fun just dancing and being obnoxious, but honestly, the music was such a...
I remember at the Shark Bar, he was playing some good music for a second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like, "Do you think he'll put on some Old Dirty Bastard?" And I'm like... You can ask. And I'm like, she's funny. She doesn't know. You don't ask the DJ to play songs.
Unless you've given him some money
I go,
or
unless
some
you
head.
slip 20. And then she's like, he's playing Old Dirty Bastard. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know shit then. Natalie also was a little new to Vegas. Because
Natalie, I love her.
They would have let her man in.
My best friend. So Natalie and I cougared out. And one of the kids we were cougaring out with.
Was it a Bart Simpson tea?
Star Wars. Star Wars. He was wearing a Star Wars t-shirt.
No man gets in the club.
Well, even the one I was cougaring out on, he was like the bartender. The bouncer was like, honestly, you're pushing it because he had his sneaks.
He had jeans and sneakers, but a collared shirt.
But his sneaks were fly as hell and they were clean.
Exactly. But unless you have dress shoes and a collared shirt, and sometimes if your jeans ain't getting you in.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's really stupid.
Honestly, it is.
It's so stupid, but Natalie wasn't having it.
No.
She was so in an uproar.
Like, excuse me, how can we negotiate this?
She's like, you guys, we're leaving. She told me and the other 5 girls, she's like, you guys, no, we're leaving. They're not letting him in because he's wearing a t-shirt. I was like, Natalie, this is not new. Are you new? What's happening?
Natalie, I don't think, I couldn't tell you if she's ever been to a big-ass club like that because
so she was in an uprage.
She's like a fun little punk rock chick. She came up in the punk rock bars where you could wear whatever the fuck you want.
I know. She's like, what is it? He can't come in because he's wearing a t-shirt. What do you wear?
And Natalie was like, excuse me, I'm wearing a shirt, a t-shirt. And he was like, but you have a skirt and heels on. And she was like, so?
It was so funny that I was like, you didn't know that's the rules, but I was like, listen, you guys go play with the boys. We're going to go in here and dance with the girls.
I know, and I didn't even get laid. She got to make out with hers. I didn't even get to make out with mine. Mine was just like, you're too drunk. And I was like, please.
The cougaring was real.
The cougaring was real. But you know what? He was so sweet. He like, after he bought me the shot, he looked at me and he was like, I shouldn't have bought you that fucking shot. And I was like, yeah, we're okay. This was shot number 6 and 2 margaritas, 3 margaritas deep maybe.
I'm not going to lie, like talking about shots and doing that shot of Fireball before we sat down to do the show. Now I want another shot of Fireball.
Well, I'm
No,
going to
we're
stick
not.
to my beer.
We're not. I'm halfway through my Michelob Ultra.
And we have another one.
Boring.
But like, but here's the thing though. He was like, I shouldn't have bought you that shot. And I was like, no, we cool, man. We're good. And I was like on one. At one point I turned to one of my friends and I was like, I need a cigarette. I don't smoke. But
That was funny, yes.
But you know those moments, like, I know you know those moments where you're so drunk.
Man, I bought a cigarette.
And you're like, I need a cigarette to like fucking make my brain feel a little
You're just like,
fuzzy.
your whole body's so numb. You're like, a cigarette. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, you think anything is gonna make your brain less fuzzy than it is. So I was like, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, whatever. And then my little
I remember you told me, like, I'm smoking a cigarette. I was like, Bree, no. You're like, why?
the young one came over and he was like, you don't smoke. And I was like, I'm really drunk.
We did it at the Palms, man. We fucking ruled it. And every
So, but hold on. There's more to this. So he was like, I asked for another drink, and he was like, oh, okay, I'll go get it for you. And I was like, okay, make sure it has tequila in it. Motherfucker came back with water, and he said, you're not getting any more alcohol tonight. And every time I asked for another drink, he just came back with water, and I was like, this isn't what I asked for, but okay.
Can I say we told everybody, even on our live show, when everybody we like knew was coming and talking, the whole topic of conversation was, how are you getting home? Are you lifting or are you Ubering? That was the joke, because it's like, we're all drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Nobody should be driving home.
No.
So that was the plan. But you can see how when you get so drunk, you get that confidence.
Yeah.
You got that confidence, like, wow, I could fucking drive. I could dance. I could hook up with this guy right now.
I could
You
hook
know,
up with a
you
27-year-old.
don't see nothing. Like, yeah, but it's just like you have that confidence and it's very distorted. So always just have a plan, because we were all like, we are lifting home. So maybe that's why we overdid it.
Now here's the deal. MJ could not get her husband into a lift.
I couldn't get him out of the car.
So
Hey, what's up? It's MJ.
and Bree.
Shout out to our sponsor, Pole Fitness Studio, dance and fitness for everyone.
And shout out to our other sponsor, Pole Expo, August 22nd through the 25th at the Rio. Pick up your tickets now at poleexpo.com. Also, be sure you are rating and reviewing us on iTunes, so you are entered into our monthly Keeping It Casual swag giveaways.
That's right, last Wednesday of every month. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, because we are having our pop-up podcast around Las Vegas. This is starting in June, so check us out at Keeping It Casual Podcast.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
MJ and I at 4 a.m. we reconnected.
Yeah, after the club.
After the club, after me not getting laid, after Natalie making out, like we reconnected and we went to McDonald's.
Food court at the Palms is
The only
where
thing that was
everybody-
open was McDonald's. I wanted chronic tacos, but they were closed.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. But that's where all the cool people kind of like mix up and mingle.
But chronic tacos, fucking delicious. If you're ever in Vegas at the Palms, like go get some chronic tacos before they close. Anyway, we're at McDonald's. We're eating French fries and apple pie.
Oh, did I get an apple? I do.
Yes,
That's my
at
go-to,
one point
man.
you looked at me and you were like, you need an apple pie. And I was like, no, I don't. And you were like, I'm buying you an apple pie. And I'm
Did
like,
I?
all
I
right.
don't,
Yes.
It's funny. I don't remember that. That
And then
sounds like me. I'm like, they're $2 for $1. You're going nuts with me.
Okay, guys, I'm keeping it real here. I don't have a car right now because my car broke.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be $7,000 to fix. So I'm looking to buy a new car because I'm not going to put $7,000 into a broken-ass car. So I was borrowing my parents' car. And my mom calls me and she's like, why isn't my car back yet?
Oh.
And I was like, I'm still at the Palms.
Oh, shit. I didn't know. Oh, I did not know.
You were, I think you were, you were talking to somebody.
I was so drunk.
You were
girl.
talking to somebody in line. We hadn't even ordered food yet when I was on the phone with my mom. And I was like, Mom, I tried to hook up with a 27-year-old.
Your mom is so cool, too.
And she was like, are you still drunk? And I was like, I'm trying to sober up right now. I'll be home. She was like, I'm taking an Uber to you and I'm driving your drunk ass
Is that
home.
how she got there?
Yes.
I thought that you had taken an Uber and then so
No.
you kidnapped her car all night. She woke up in the morning. She's like, "What the fuck is my car and my
Yes.
kid?"
Yes, that's what happened. That is what happened. And she was just like, where the fuck is my car? And so I was just like, I'm drunk. And then she was like, hold on. And then she texts me. She's like, I ordered an Uber. I'm on my way. And I was like, okay.
She's like, "My mom's coming to pick us up. She's gonna get Chris, and we're all gonna go home." I was like, "No, you guys go save yourselves. He's not gonna move. He will not move out of that front seat."
And then
like,
my
he's
mom
not.
says to Chris, I got a shot for you.
"Yeah." She was like, "Come on." I mean, we went. Yeah, I was like,
We were trying really hard to get Chris out of the front seat, and he was just like, no.
I was just straight up like, he ain't moving. Like, I was literally like, I'm not sitting in the parking garage with you all night. I love you. I kissed him. I yanked my keys out of his pocket and locked the car.
And she was getting ready to just drive home.
I think I left the car on with the AC for him. I think I did. Or I cracked the windows like you would for a dog. I don't remember, but I did like.
And then my mom goes,
dying of
Chris,
sweat.
Chris, come on, just get in the car. I have a shot for you. And he was like, okay.
Like, I got in the car. He just like totally ignored my voice. I'm like, "Babe, come on, we got to ride home. Let's go, let's go." And of course, we live in the farthest part of Las Vegas she could ever live.
MJ and I live so far away from each other.
We live on the opposite sides of
The
like
world.
she's southeast, I am northwest.
Yes.
Like I'm by Mount Charleston. So
And I'm on your way to Arizona.
yeah, so that is like Vegas is a very small city. You could pretty much loop it in like
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but we are that distance.
Yes.
So shout out to Bree's mom for getting us home. Your mom is cool as fuck, and I understand a lot now why you hang out with me. I feel like me and your mom are a lot alike.
My mom is getting better. My mother and I have issues, as every mother and daughter do. But
She's like super down. Like I would party with your mom, would hang with your mom. Like
yeah, the fact that that's what got Chris out of the car, though, was my mom being like, "Hey, I got this for you."
oh, it was funny. Yeah, they got us home safe, and then yeah, me and Chris had about a 2-hour nap, and then had to go pick up the children. So
And the car.
yeah, it was a to do, but
Dude. And then I had a hangover for 2 days.
I caught like a sick ass flu that week.
Yeah, you had a stomach bug.
Yeah, and you know what? It caught up to me like 3 days later. So of course my mom was like, "Well, you did go out on." I was like, "Mom, it's the flu," but also my immunes were down, so I guarantee you it probably was. I can't fucking party like that
You
anymore.
have
I'm not
children.
allowed in the clubs anymore. I'm
I mean,
obviously
but
like
you have
too much.
kids that are like incubators for germs. So I mean,
Yeah, but also it's just like I can't hang anymore. I cannot party till like 7 a.m. Like that's too much. I deprive myself of sleep and I drank straight tequila and
can't-
vodka all night long.
I can't party till 7 a.m. anymore, and I drink
so fun.
tequila. It was so much fun. I drank tequila all night long, and then I was talking to Jay Rose at work the other day, and she was like, "Oh my God, you guys deserved it, though." I was like, "I am in my 30s. I can't do this anymore."
I know, that's how I felt when I was like at the club. I was like, I'm a married woman. I need to get down off of this box. Let me let the single girls take the role. We even met some friends there. Oh my God, they were really cool and,
I know.
and sexy, and they wanted to hang out with us. So I was like, oh, we got hot chick babes that want to like hang out. The one girl, she was like, I love podcasts. I listen like.
I know she sent
yeah.
us a message on our Instagram, and she was like, "You guys got home safe, right?" And I was
Oh.
like, "Yeah, we cool." That's another like situation where you meet a best friend at a club. Now we have see when I used to go to the club, social media wasn't that big, so it was
Toker.
it was just MySpace, so we didn't add people, and we didn't have like smartphones where we.
Oh
could
my God,
immediately-
that's her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she was so fucking cool. Liana, it was good to meet you, girl. Thank you for listening. Join us at our next live show.
Hell
You're
yeah.
a new hot friend.
But I gotta give it up to like social media, because now you can become friends with all the girls you meet in bathrooms. Because back in the day when I was going to clubs and crying over the toilet, we had MySpace, but we didn't have like smartphones. We all had sidekicks, but it took too long to like load your MySpace page and try and add a friend. So I've forgotten all my best friends I've made in bathrooms. Now we can do this. This is amazing.
It's like, just hit us up on Instagram and we'll be there.
Yeah,
so.
just follow me on the IGs. It's no big deal.
And now we have a new friend.
Let's exchange snap codes. I actually don't use Snapchat.
Just for fun filters.
Exactly.
So the live show was so fun. Drunk conversations matter. Take notes on the big things you can manifest, because you can make things happen.
Okay, I wanna say a funny story. So obviously I called out my post breakup hookup at the live show.
We had one single gentleman in the crowd, one that would cop to it. We asked, what would we ask the question about?
He said something about
do you have
like
a sex playlist.
it was the sex playlist, and he was talking about his songs, and I looked at him and I was like, all you did was turn on Jeopardy to try and hook up with me.
It's like, oh, what's happening here? Everybody's eyebrows were like, we see what's happening here.
what was really funny is like everybody's come up to me now and they're like, tell us more about this love connection. So I texted Andrew. I was like, this is funny, because Andrew and I were very good friends. He was my rebound. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Here's what it is, because I was like, I like Andrew. He's a down dude.
Oh, he's
and
down as fuck.
Cool as
He's
fuck.
cool.
And you know what? I was like, you were in a dating cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I had
like,
just broken up with my boyfriend and I was heartbroken.
yeah, so that's one of those things when you like meet a very awesome person, but you're just not there. And I've been there with people that were really great people, and I just had to kind of broke their fucking hearts.
No, I didn't break his heart. I was completely honest with him. When he and I started talking, I was like, I'm heartbroken. I need to hook up with somebody. I am not looking for anything serious. Can you do this for me? And he was like, great.
Nice.
I can do this for you.
Here's another thing too, though. Any of on the show notes to our live show, which is just the description and the thing, we are adding the Instagram handles of all of our singles.
Yes.
So slide into the DMs. You know a little bit about them because
Andrew's a cool dude.
I would make him. He's our second bachelor.
He is. He told me
We're making him our second bachelor.
he told me he'd come on the show anytime, and he has his own robe to wear.
Yeah, robes by the fireplace,
because we robe by the.
It's gonna have to be like a silky like pool robe here soon, because it's about to get like insanely
I feel like
hot.
we need to give him like a cigar to smoke with his robe, like or a pipe like Hugh Hefner.
I'm down with that. I actually have one, but it's not for tobacco. It's funny. It looks like a tobacco.
It looks like a tobacco robe, but it's not for tobacco. Oh, a pipe.
Yes. What's a tobacco robe look like?
I don't know. I'm thinking like you know how guys always have those like their smoking jackets, like you know those old timey smokers. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, why do you have a smoking jacket?
I don't know. I wish I could get Chris to wear robes. He's like, no, like he won't do slipper. I did buy him AC/DC slippers, and he wore the fuck out of those. But he's like, not like, I don't do slippers and robes and it's for sissies. I don't know.
Every time I come over, Chris doesn't even have a shirt on.
I know. He's just like, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I came over today and Logan's in a diaper, Vivian's in underwear, and Chris has sweatpants and no shirt on. And I was like, is this naked day? What is going on?
It's so funny.
Do I need to take my shirt off too? What are we doing here?
The first time Bree ever came over, I was like, the house has to be perfect. Like the house has to be clean. Like everything had to be ready. Like I wanted you to just roll in with no drama. I was yelling at Chris. I was like, Logan's out of control. Just keep the baby away. Like I don't want her to feel uncomfortable coming here. Even though we know each other, but I knew that we would now be recording at my house, and I wanted you to
feel comfortable.
Roll into a comfortable environment, not like with me and my crazy family and my screaming kids. Now she comes over, we're like, oh, we're just all getting out of the bathtub,
and I'm like, oh, all right, cool, whatever.
You know what we were doing is, I'm gonna get mom shamed for this, because if I was a first-time mom, this is not something I would do, but this is second-time mom bullshit. You know what I mean? First-time moms are like...
Well, you let Vivian and Logan bathe together?
Well, no, that's fine. But
okay.
we shaved Logan a mohawk. His little baby blonde hair is like coming in finally, and I'm like, if somebody so it comes in thicker like a mohawk.
If somebody tries to shame you for that, I will punch them.
And I was like, how's he gonna react to the little #1 clipper? And so we sat in the bathtub with him, and he was just playing with his little eggs. He didn't give a fuck. He was just like, oh, whatever. I was like, babe, you gotta even it up. But yeah,
Chris cut his own. No, he goes to a barber.
Yeah, he goes to our girl from I gotta see if she wants to come on the show.
Another Rock of Love episode.
She tells Chris, though, she's like, that was another lifetime. Yeah, she was in second season of Rock of Love. She has her own barber shop out here. Yes.
I think we need some light.
I have to dive in there. I was just thinking the same thing.
And that's what the fireplace does for us. It gives us light.
I know. I'll click on the fireplace. Let's get some ambiance here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
let me put it on. All right, fire pit's on. Got the light.
What's funny is I did not want to call out Andrew and mine and Andrew's hookup. I didn't want to call it out, and I was so I had so many tequila shots by then. I was like,
that was our fifth mic tequila button in. Shout out to the fifth mic.
Well, I loved our advice email because she shouted out Vivian.
I know. I love that. Oh, gosh, you just reminded me.
Oh, we're going to have to. Okay, so
She does know that you're here, and she does know that she needs to, like, make her voice known.
Yes, so
Vivian's going to have to say bye.
Yeah.
It's going to be a process. So let's get wrapping here soon. But I do think that we need to get new shirts that say Drunk Conversations Matter.
Yes, let's do it. Yeah. Drunk Conversations Matter. Keep it a casual podcast.
Yeah,
do an alternative babe shit.
Yeah, you know, do your rating and reviewings because the swag giveaways go on last Wednesdays of every month.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about the pop-up podcast now. We're going to do this around Las Vegas. We're going to be interacting with people. It's going to be a mini live show. Sort of, but not.
We might be sitting at Nacho Daddy eating some street corn and asking you to come over and talk with us.
Yeah, but we're gonna have some really cool people joining us. Always. That's the idea. We want to get out and about.
Well, you know what's funny? I was supposed to after the live show the next day, I was supposed to go to a writing class, and it was supposed to start at 11 a.m.
Oh no!
Do you think my ass made it there?
No.
But sorry, Miss Pamela. Sorry, Shanti and Link. Sorry, everybody I let down. I was still drunk.
Shout out to Shanti and Links because you guys, we have a really incredible episode coming up next week that I'm stoked about. Muses podcast. These girls do rock and roll anthology. Like they
are rock and roll anthology.
How do you say it? Yeah,
I want to say archaeologists.
They're rock and roll isn't that what Indiana Jones does? I don't even know the word right now.
Archaeology
my brain is broken.
The Michelob has set in.
No, my brain is broken from the live show night after party already.
Oh God!
But no, they're really incredible and inspiring women, and love them.
Just the most amazing personalities. Too.
Fun conversation.
But just so zen, both of them.
Yeah.
I wish Lynx could have been here.
Yeah.
We're coming to Toronto.
Yeah. Hopefully it's sold out.
It's already sold out. We're doing a crossover episode. It's happening in Toronto. It's already sold out.
Yeah, they're going to be releasing their our episode on their podcast, and we're going to release it on ours. So it's a really fun crossover to do.
It is. You know what's really funny is Shanti. They just did an episode on Sid and Nancy, and they announced their Patreon.
Yes.
And Shanti was like, I just did an episode in Vegas, and I loved being able to just be open and talk about stuff. She's like, because we just roll into the stories, but it was so cool to just be able to talk about myself.
Be more personal, yeah. We do that to people. We get them to open up and say some stuff they regret. I remember when our first guest was Natalia, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that. You guys got me to say that shit. I was like, well, if you want me to edit out anything.
She was like, nah, it's cool.
She's like, go ahead.
She was like, let me spill the tea.
She's like, I can't believe you guys got me to talk about this shit. It was awesome.
Yes. Okay, so I actually have some fun feedback.
Ooh, hit me.
So LS McLeod slid into my IG DMs.
Hi, girl.
Boy.
Oh, I love it. I love the dudes, man.
And
I love my dude, but I like that we have male listeners.
his name's Larry.
That feels good.
And he's a teacher, I guess.
Okay.
From what he said to me. But anyways, he was saying, like, he found us through his friend's Instagram, and that's how he started listening to our podcast. And he said, and I've been reading your blog. And he said, and I've been following you for a bit. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring stories with your weight loss and your breakup and how you're going through all these emotions. There's somebody out there reading your story to try and help with their own. And I was like, well, thank you.
That's awesome. That's on your website, huh?
Yeah.
Drop your website, girl.
Remix.com.
Hell yeah. I have some old blogs on the Keeping It Casual podcast, which is also mjradiodiva.com. But
you have like the Body After Baby blogs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, your blog, you're an amazing writer. Like I can't wait for the book. This mystery book. I was like, honestly, I feel like the other day I had this really crazy nightmare, and I was like, I need to tell Bree about this because I feel like it could be a fun little addition to her book, like a fun little story that would mix and mingle into her thing. And then I forgot it because that's how dreams are. Like if I told Bree about it, it would give her some like juice to like some like.
Do you remember your dream?
Some layers to her story. No.
Oh,
no, but it was. I thought of you right away.
As soon as you wake up, you need to write down your dream because you'll forget them.
No, God,
damn it! But you had like a fever-induced dream.
I did. I was in my fever coma, but anyhow,
let's go grab the little diva.
Let's grab the diva. But thanks you guys for all the feedback. Please send us your feedback. Let us know the greatest karaoke bars in Vegas, so we can have our awesome meetup there for our 1-year anniversary in July.
As listeners, let us know what you thought of the live show.
Yeah, were we super drunk and it was really, tell us about
You know
our
what's
shit
funny
show.
is I think we think it's worse than it actually was.
Well, you know what? I feel like anytime you get really drunk, the next day is the apology tour. Like you're like calling everybody, hey girl, sorry. It always starts with like, sorry if I was a little this or that.
Oh,
They're like,
I did that with
me."
the cubby. I was like, I am so sorry I cougared out on you. And he was like, you have nothing to be sorry for, winky face. And I was like, oh, I don't? Okay.
Yeah. Hand on the thigh again. He's like,
I was on one. I was ready. And you know what? I got to give a shout out to Monique who did my makeup because my eyeshadow didn't budge. When I got home, that glitter and everything, you expect to have raccoon eyes when you get home after a drinking bender.
Monique did your makeup beautifully, and also
Yes.
I talked to her man, and I was like, okay, I need to ask you something. As a dude who you probably get dragged here by your girlfriend, you're like, oh great, and you probably don't listen to the
And
podcast.
The only reason why he got dragged there is because I told her she had to drag him there.
No, that's funny. And you know what? He gave me the best feedback because he goes like this, and I said, "What did you think?" He goes, "Honestly, it was fucking awesome." And I go, "Would you do it again?" He goes, "Yeah, I would do it again." He goes, "You know what? Me and my buddies, we get together all the time, and we fucking just talk shit." He goes, "I'm gonna start a podcast with him." Like,
Do it.
He's gonna start a podcast. Like,
Good.
Seeing our live show, because you know what it is. I think it's one of those things where you're like, if these morons can do it, I can fucking do it.
Exactly.
So let us be that inspiration. If you
know
got
what?
anything.
If you have a microphone and a way to distribute your podcast, you do it.
If you don't have a microphone, buy one. Use your kid's karaoke microphone on there.
Exactly.
And if you ever have questions, send us a little DM.
Send us send us your questions. Honestly, don't let anybody hold you back from starting a podcast.
And don't worry about what anybody thinks.
No.
Don't consume yourself with thinking what other people think. Another little lesson I learned in that You Are a Badass book. Man, I love that fucking quote. It was like, have the audacity to, and I forget what it says. It was on my phone, but you remember what I said.
Yes.
You get the point.
It was at the beginning of the episode,
yeah,
guys.
it was like, you know what? Just manifest it. If you have a crazy idea, it's not crazy.
No, it's not.
Everything started somewhere.
That's why we're doing another live show in the fall.
Don't give any too deep.
We're doing another live show in October, probably either my birthday weekend or the weekend after.
No more details.
That's all you guys
no
get.
more. But it's already sold out.
It's already
get your
sold
tickets
out.
when we lay them out. Awesome. All right, let's get the diva.
Let's get the diva.
I'm naked.
So
Daddy was a duty head because he didn't wear his flip-flops.
Chris was out here like pressure washing the patio, and I'm like, Chris, those are your only nice sneakers. Like, let me give you flip flops. And he's like, oh, fine, just water. And I'm like,
God, that's such a dude thing.
it is. I'm like, you're ruining your one nice pair
He's
of
a
sneakers.
butthead.
No, he's not a butthead.
Yes,
So,
he
okay,
is.
so Vivian, when you first came out here, I said, why don't you get a robe? Would you say it's the naked show?
Yeah, the naked show.
Yes.
Naked show.
So you've been in your underwear since Bree got here.
She don't got time for clothes right now.
What have you been doing since Bree got here?
Playing games.
What kind of game?
Like
She's a gamer with Chris.
Video games?
Yeah.
Oh,
I never had the patience for
I
video
don't either.
games.
Good for you guys.
I was
But
like-
they also have the patience for puzzles and stuff where I'm like, oh,
I'm good at puzzles.
I know
No.
you're very good at puzzles.
You're a different animal than all of us.
What?
That's a good thing.
You have the headphones. You hear us. You've taken over as like the head mic.
She is. She's first chair. Vivian, guess what? We got an email from somebody and they said hello to you.
What do you want to say back to
You're
them?
becoming a superstar now.
I don't know. Thanks for a shout out.
Isn't that cool though that they know who you are now? Yeah.
You want to say bye?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Girl, that was fun.
Another fun conversation with you.
Yes, if you have any feedback, email us feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com.
My Twitter is Breemixed, BreeMixed.
And I'm at MJ Radio Diva, any social platform.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Keeping It Casual Podcast. You get to see live videos, silly little photos of us.
All the dumb photos that we talk about. Anything
Yes.
photo-wise we talk about in the episode, it'll be there.
We look forward to hearing from you.
We'll be back with more gossip about nothing and
Everything. Bye.